Thank you very much.
Kaufman is Alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13 by Marvel Comics. Now, I've been doing a lot of new comic books recently, and the tagline on my channel is I look at comic books new and old. So I promise to get back around to reviewing some older comics, classic comics coming up soon. There's just been so many new comics coming out that I've been picking up that I've really enjoyed, that I want to get reviews out and share with you. So, eventually soon, probably the price of new comics is probably going to skyrocket now with these new tariffs that the president has enacted in Canada and Mexico. A lot of comics are made in Canada, so it's where a lot of the production comes from. So the cost of new comics is likely going to go up, so I may be cutting back on buying new comics, but I've got a huge stash of old ones, so don't worry about that. I'll still be coming out with daily reviews. Anyway, let's get on to this one, Ultimate Spider-Man 13. Jonathan Hickman is the writer. Marco Chechetto is on artwork, and he's on the cover here. Cool looking cover. Again, I got to point out how in these Ultimate books, they always put the interior artwork on the inside here. The cover artwork on the interiors, I should say. They always put it on the inside instead of an ad like other Marvel comics. And the borders here, this branding logo for the Ultimate Universe, they always cover up some of the illustrations. So I really like that they do that. I do kind of wish they'd get back to real logos instead of just these text logos that all look the same for the Ultimate Universe. I understand they're trying to brand everything as the Ultimate line. So I appreciate it in that respect, but I just prefer, giant comic book logos, like X-Men. We got Daredevil here. That's just the fun of comic books, is having logos at the top. And also when you're flipping through bins, you can just see what comics you're flipping through. With these, it's going to be a little harder because the title's down there on the side. So this Ultimate Spider-Man book has been my favorite Ultimate Universe book so far. It goes month to month with the month that we're in. So we're in January here. We got Spider-Man flying through Times Square. Get the black and white costume here. Looks a lot like the Sam Raimi black suit, because it's got the little webs rendered in there. But we see this is actually the son of Peter Parker. And this suit is like a Picotech suit, but we're starting to learn that it basically works a lot like the Venom symbiote that we're familiar with. And they've even got it in the black and white text bubbles here, so it looks a lot like Venom. He keeps shape-shifting into Peter, and Peter's son is like, wow, that looks really creepy. Can you please not do that? And so he puts the mask back on. He also explains that Peter explained to the suit that he's not to touch Mary Jane. And in the last issue, Peter and Harry got abducted by Kraven. So we saw that they were at Christmas dinner when Mary Jane kind of figured it out. And the symbiote is letting Peter's son know that he can still sense that Peter's alive. He just can't track him. He doesn't know where he is. And he says at one point he even told Peter he could put a little particle of him inside Peter's blood so he'd always be able to trace him. And he could do it for the rest of his family too. But Peter declined that request. And then we get to Kraven here. Really cool looking page. This is like Kraven's lair. We learn later it's in the Savage Land. As you can see, there's dinosaurs everywhere. He's talking to Mole Man here, who's one of the Sinister Six in this universe. Mysterio shows up uninvited. He asks to see Peter and Harry. We learn Kraven's plans. Pretty much just to let them loose in the Savage Land, and then he's going to hunt them and kill them. But he's going to give them a fighting chance, I guess, to try and escape or kill Kraven as well, because that's the fun of the hunt, That's what it's all about for Kraven. Nothing too different here in this universe about any of these villains. They all pretty much seem like the same villains that we're used to. I do like the idea of Kraven using the Savage Land, though. That's pretty cool. Peter's not saying anything while Harry's kind of doing all the talking here. Love all the cross-hatching in the background on these. Some cool faces as they are face to face. Kraven drops them down into the Savage Land. Peter's actually got superpowers, you know, from the radioactive spider, so he's basically the one leading the charge here. We see them almost get attacked by some velociraptors here, and we get Peter fighting a velociraptor for this one page. Pretty cool. Some more start coming, and he tells them not to move, and that's kind of where we leave Peter and Harry at the end of this issue. And then we flash back to New York City here. We've got the son of Spider-Man here in the black suit. He's flying around, trying to, you know, get his bearings. They talk about how he just busted a criminal. His parents probably wouldn't like that if they found out. But suddenly he gets confronted by the new Black Cat. So we've got the new Spider-Man, new Black Cat here. She doesn't realize this isn't the same guy who killed her father, though. So I'm assuming in the next issue they'll probably start fighting and then have a heart-to-heart talk and realize they're both kind of in the same boat here. So with their parents gone. So a very straightforward issue. Really easy to read. I enjoyed this issue. I like this series a lot. I kind of wish there had been maybe more of a complete story in this book. We're just kind of getting started on this new Kraven's Hunt. And we're just kind of left with some cliffhangers here in both stories. Kind of my only complaint, but you know, it's a comic book. That's what you're going to get. So anyway, that's all I got for today. This was a $4.99 comic book published by Marvel Comics, January 2025. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Go read comics.